and we're filling in the top levels of our company with the best of the best. Now, during this phase, we're also, beta testing the entire structure to identify each little area that we need to incorporate and make sure that from an IT perspective is done. I mean, this is a massive infrastructure we're lifting here. We have the type of infrastructure in place, not only from the, the protected genealogy side, the special coding applications that we have, but also within the Monitium Success System. You feel free to go look at companies that are 5, 6, 8 years old, 10 years old. They can't touch what we're laying out in this platform, and it is a massive lift. So we're going through that process right now, and I would point out to the fact that when you sign up with an MLM company, it's a quick online form. You're just simply there, you fill in the information, boom, you enter, and of course the person's sponsored and they move on. And the level of chargebacks and other issues is massive with merchant accounts. Because this is a protected genealogy, and I really need everybody on the phone to focus on that, we're talking about the last team you will ever build in this industry. This isn't a question. It is the last team. So this will be your willable asset to your children. There's no question there. This will be a completely sellable asset. It's not like you go to your MLM company and you request to sell it and they can turn it down. It's not like you go to them and then they have to say, we'll review it and see if we approve it. This is truly your entity, so you can choose to sell it or you can build it, hopefully to a willable asset that you'll be able to pass on to your children. But because of that, we have a process in place here that you only usually see with a company that sells annuities, insurance, banking institutions, and that's because we're using DocuSign. Now, that PDF component, as everybody on the phone has recognized when they go through, is doing an electronic signature. This is a huge factor. That software alone, costs over $100,000 when you start to look at the overall billing for that. So that's how serious we are about protecting your investment. In addition to that, that's also why it takes an hour for the websites to completely go live when you sign up a new person, because we have a validation process that goes through. We're not a churn and burn MLM company and have no interest in being anywhere near that. And I need to very, very strongly let everybody know that if somebody isn't comfortable with waiting an hour to completely secure, their family's protection and financial asset, then this probably isn't the right place for them. So if you have any of your reps complain about that, you really need to stop them and let them know that we have one of the most, I would say, dedicated IT departments, and we have people working around the clock to handle these, and we're also handling a global rollout right now. I mean, this isn't only U.S. We're going into the 17 top countries globally that are identified within the direct sales arena for top production. So we're not just talking U.S., we're talking U.K., Italy, Malaysia, Argentina, Brazil, Australia, and there's a lot of other factors that go into this. So this is really a global rollout of massive proportions.
That's awesome. I'm so happy that you hit on that, because I think that people kind of forget, normally whenever you go into a new company, you have to sit and you have to wait. If they're not set up for that global capacity yet, you've got to sit and you've got to wait. And when are they going to do it? When are they going to launch it? And it's always in their hands. And for us to be able to come right out of the gate, and especially with so many of us that do, internet marketing or working on this social media, to be able to reach people across the globe. And I know people on the call that have got teams all over the world, to be able to touch them right now, bring them in right now, is huge. Again, I mean, everything that we keep talking about, it just keeps getting better and better and better and bigger and bigger and bigger. It's really exciting.
Treasure, for any of the leaders that have those teams globally, and I know I was talking to a gentleman today, and he's got, I guess, near about 9,800 that are looking to make a move out of Malaysia. One of the things that I discussed with him is the fact that, as we go through this process, he needs to sit down his lieutenants, and that's what I would kind of say to every leader that's on the phone. You're the general of your team, and being the general of your team, you need to take the position of letting them know that this is something that's never been done before. I mean, they're literally at the forefront of getting positioned in something that will go global. And once we open the floodgates on this, and once we release the replicated marketing sites, I mean, it's going to be just a tidal wave So they literally right now, being at the top of this very entry point, have the opportunity to come in and change their lives dramatically. I mean, we've all seen the pro formas, and we know exactly what the incomes can be with this. So we need each one of you to talk to your leadership and let them know that this is not the stage to come in and complain about anything. What we need is positive feedback, but constructive. If you find something that isn't working, take a screenshot of it, send it over to our partner support, and really tie in and communicate with us so that we can make sure that we have every application within this working properly. And I can tell you that it's 24/7 right now that we have our IT teams working on this as we move forward in this area. So please, I would ask you treat the IT personnel with the utmost respect. They're here for you, and we're in this for the long haul. So just walk through any enrollment issues whatsoever, and you will be seeing a new enrollment application be processed that we're going through validation and testing on that will have the DocuSign component integrated into the actual application. So all that is coming, as well as the video training modules that will teach you exactly how to utilize this incredible Monitium success system that we have in place.
Yeah, that's a good place to kind of go right from there, is because obviously we don't have the trainings available yet for the system. I know a lot of people are just now starting to get back there, but just touch for a second about everything that the system does. And I know I've told you that I pay $300 a month for my Infusionsoft system, which literally we have almost absolutely everything that system has. And there's some things that system doesn't have that we have. So can you just touch a moment on like the CRM and everything that they're going to have back there really for everybody to use?
Yeah, absolutely. And I need to take the opportunity to brag on the IT team as well. For those of you that have gone back and just kind of touched this, it's almost like a Facebook inside our back office, the community, the blogging, and all the components. And you probably didn't realize you can upload up to 500 videos. I mean, we have video uploading, we have everything that's going to be interactive here. And although he stays behind the scenes and quiet, I need to go ahead and take the time to recognize Christian Warren for his incredible work, as well as his whole IT team. I mean, just looking at one component of this, you have, as part of a protected genealogy, that alone we could have easily come out and marketed at this price. Nobody would have even blinked an eye. But we took a protected genealogy that has all kinds of different coding applications that can, as we talked about, can be inserted into all three major comp plans: the binary unilevel, the matrix components. So literally we have this seamless component, but you tie that into a complete CRM system, and of course everybody knows it's your customer relationship management system, operating on cloud technology and in a .NET platform. These things are massively expensive. They require a ton of work. So when you go back there and you start going through this, realize that you're going to operate your entire business from this. And not only your Monitium business. Most of you are already top income earners with your current company. You can integrate that entire company. Even if you own a conventional business, you could be running aspects of your conventional business directly out of your back office. And this whole system is here to empower you to do so. Treasurer, the other part that I want to touch on before even diving into the rest of that system discussion is to let everybody know that we specifically set Monitium up that it would not pay commissions, so that way there's several components for that. From a litigious standpoint, dealing with the FTC and Attorney Generals, we all know that the slippery slope you can be on there. So by Monitium not paying commissions out to the distributor base, we in fact remove ourselves completely from an FTC or AG umbrella, and we move into the same type of legal parameters that apply to a dating service.